Hello, welcome again. We are solving Indian Forest Services Mechanical Engineering Paper 2 of year 2009. Question number 7A is an industrial centrifugal compressor running at 9000 RPM delivers 650 meter cube per minute of free air. The air is compressed from 1 bar and 30 degrees Celsius to a pressure ratio of 4.5 with an isentropic efficiency of 0.86. The blades are radial at outlet and the flow velocity of 70 meter per second may be assumed throughout constant. The outer radius of impeller is twice the inner and the slip factor may be assumed as 0.92. At inlet, the blade area coefficient may be taken as 0.95. Work out the following. 1. Draw the system and show the compression process on HS diagram. Also draw velocity diagram. 2. The final temperature of air. 3. The power input to compressor if mechanical efficiency is 0.95. 4. The impeller diameter at outlet and at inlet and outlet. 5. The breadth of impeller at inlet. 6. The impeller blade angle at inlet. So here first part is to draw the system and show the compression process on HS diagram. Also draw velocity diagram. So this is the schematic diagram. Here this is your inlet, this is your outlet. So at inlet the velocity diagram is velocity is axial, actual velocity is axial, that is CA1 is equal to C1, and this is relative velocity and this is blade velocity. And at outlet this is the velocity diagram, this is your relative velocity, this is absolute velocity, this is axial velocity, and this is blade velocity, and this is work component. And this is your HS diagram, that is starting point, and this is your ideal isentropic process. This is actual process from 01 to 02. 0 means stagnation temperatures. So this is the first part, and now we proceed to the numerical part. So here inlet temperature is given as 30 degrees Celsius, or we can say 303 Kelvin. So using this relationship we find out the inlet stagnation temperature. Relationship is T01 by T1 is equal to 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 M1 square, where M1 is inlet Mach number. So that is C1 by root gamma RT1. C1 is your CF1, CF1 is 70, and gamma is 1.4, R is 287, T1 is 303. So Mach number comes out as 0.2. So if we put here, then T01 is 305.424 Kelvin, and pressure ratio is given as 4.5. So T02 by T01 is 4.5. Using isentropic relations, we can find out T02 dash. So T02 dash by T02 dash by T01 is T02 by T01 is 4 gamma minus 1 by gamma, and that pressure ratio is 4.5. Gamma is 1.4, and T01 is 305.424. So T02 dash comes out as 469.37 Kelvin. So that is according to isentropic or ideal process, but actually there is an isentropic efficiency. So to find out the actual stagnation temperature at outlet, we have to divide T01 dash minus T01 with the isentropic efficiency, then that would be equal to T02 minus T01. So from this we can find out T01, so T02. So that is your 496.058. Okay, so that is your actual stagnation temperature at outlet. So now we have actual stagnation temperature at outlet and actual stagnation temperature at inlet. So the work done per kg is your Cp T02 minus T01. So that comes as 191.587 kilojoule per kilogram. Okay, so now using this find out mass of flow rate, we have to multiply the volume flow rate with density. So density at inlet is can be calculated by given pressure, that is pressure is given as 1 bar, that is 1 into 10 to 5, and R is 287 and temperature is 303 Kelvin. So that is your density. And volume mass volume flow rate is given as 650 meter cube per hour or 650 meter cube per second. So that is 12.4545 kilogram per second. So that is your mass flow rate at inlet. Okay. So now power input or power required for this uh, can be calculated by work done per second multiplied by mass. So that comes to as 2386.12 kilowatt. Okay, but this power is from temperature and from the temperature rise, and that should so that is when the mass flow is this. So in terms of velocity, the work done per second is given by sigma u2 square. U2 is your outlet velocity and sigma is your slip factor. So slip factor is given as 0.92. So from the equating work done per second and this sigma u2 square, we can find out u2. So u2 comes out as 456.34 meter per second. Okay. So u2 is your 456.34 meter per second. So that is your blade velocity. Blade velocity is, can also be written as pi d2 n by 50. So n is given as 9000 rpm. d2 is 0.97 meter. So d2 comes out as 0.97 meter. Okay, because u2 we have calculated. So now it is given that inner radius is half of outer radius. So inner dia will also be half of outer dia. So that comes out as 0.485 meter. Okay. So these are the diameters. So now this is your inlet velocity diagram that we have drawn in the first figure also. So this is CR1, so that is velocity at outlet. This is CA1, that is given as 70, and outlet velocity we have calculated as 456. Outlet speed we have calculated as 456.34, and outlet diameter is double of inner diameter. So speed will also be half at inlet, or speed will also be double at outlet from inlet. So at inlet the speed will be 456.34 by 2. So that is, so we can calculate this angle. So that angle is your 17.055. So now this is your outer velocity diagram. From this outer velocity diagram we can also calculate the outer blade angle. So that is tan A beta is equal to CA2 minus CA2 divided by U2 by minus CW2. So U2 is this and CW2 is this by multiplying the three factors. So from this we get beta as 62.46. And now we can calculate direct that inlet also at inlet also. So mass volume flow rate at inlet is given as pi d1 v1 CA1 into blade coefficient. Now we have d1 and we have CA1 and blade coefficient is given as 0.95, and volume flow rate is 650 by 60, that comes out as 0.1069 meter. Okay. Now the final velocity of air at its outlet is root world component scale plus actual component scale. So that comes as 425.68 meter per second. And T02 we have calculated at 496.058. So from this relationship, CPT02 plus CPT1